Now we have completed the understanding of surface. Now let's do modeling, mathematical modeling of a surface. So let's start with a very simple analytical surface, which is sphere. So we know using polar coordinates, we write the z coordinate as a cos u, x coordinate as a is the radius, a sin u cos v, and y coordinate is a sin u sin v, right? And then u varies from 0 to pi, v varies from 0 to 2 pi. And then going to a more complicated surface, like this is the basic equation r uv, which is a surface written in terms of three components x, y and z, which are again a function of u and v, which are two independent parameters. So one of the way of making a surface is we take a curve and then we do some transformation on the curve, continuous transformation on the curve, and then we get a surface. So we can take a curve x u y u z u, which is r of u, apply a transformation and get a r of u comma v. The curve initial get a surface, and the curve is a parameter is taking a parameter u. The transforming matrix, which is also a transforming curve, like on what path the profile curve should move on, that is given by the transforming curve or the guiding curve, and that is a parameter of v, taking a parameter v. So basically we can start with a circle and rotate the circle about z axis or y axis and get a torus or donut shape. So the initial circle is a curve that is said as profile curve, and the revolution which we are taking off about the z axis, that is the guiding curve, that is the transformation which we are applying, that will be a function of v, two different parameters. So this is a simple circle on x axis at a distance of c from the origin. This is in x y plane, this is made in xy plane, and then we apply some transformation. So this is my curve, and we do a matrix product for a continuous values of u and v. So this method is said as using a surface of revolution or a sweep surface, the surface which we get, right? Okay, we have done that. So this is one of the method. We get a curve, we take the guiding curve, and we get the surface. Another way is blending two curves. So we have one curve r1, we have another curve r2, and then we blend that two curves using straight lines, and we get a surface. So this is very simple thing. So this is linear combination. We take a linear combination. We can get a quadratic combination in that also, but this is a very linear combination. So let this be a first curve r1, this is another curve, and we take a linear combination, we get the surface, that is a blended surface, or this is also called as ruled surface. Okay, so we have two curves in 3D, r1 r2, and connect them through to generate surface. This is one of the example, like this is half of the circle or half of the ellipse, and this is one straight line, and then we cut this in some n number of parts. We cut this in n number of parts. Whatever points we get, corresponding points, we join those corresponding points, and we'll get a surface. This will be a surface which is very similar, which will look like a toothpaste. This is ruled surface, and which I said this is linear blending. Another example could be like there could be many examples. And then the third thing is cones surface. Here we are we should understand by continuation, like a continuation from a curve. So we define curve by the end points. So we define surface by the end curves here. So this is the surface. So we are defining it using these curves. So alpha naught, alpha 1, beta naught and beta 1. That two curves. So and these intersection points are noted as P00, P10, P11 and P01, and these are the curves. Parameter of U, these are the parameters of V. And then we combine those curves to get the surface, the blending of these curves. So this is the blending of two alphas. This is linear blending. Whatever we did, ruled surface, we got a ruled surface. Similarly, we use betas to get another ruled surface, and we again do one more blending of these two surfaces, these two ruled surface, to get the final curve. And by direct adding, there is some error which is called as correction surface, and then we need to find this correction surface based on these boundary conditions. So what the inputs required for generating this surface will be the 4 points, the intersection points. We can find those points by intersection of curves, but that is a harder thing. That is very hard. So we need 4 boundary curves. That's all. And this will be an addition. That is extra. That may be given, that may not be given. The intersection points. So we can find this correction surface using this methodology. So R is I have continued this, whatever this is written. So R is R1, R2 minus the correction surface. So correction surface is R1, R2 minus R. And now we put the boundary conditions over here. So at U is equal to 0, what will be the thing? At V, so alpha naught of U, so U is equal to 0. So alpha naught of U is equal to 0. That is the starting point. That will be P00. Similarly, we'll have, you can see this. So, So alpha naught of 0 will be P00. Alpha naught of 1 will be P10. Similarly, alpha 1 of 0 will be P01. Alpha 1 of 1 will be P11. Beta naught of 0 will be P00. Beta naught of 1 will be P01. Beta 1 of 0 will be P10. Beta 1 of 1 will be P11. We'll substitute these points here to get the equation for R's at different values of substitution. So we have done 2 substitutions. U is equal to 0, U is equal to 1, and we have got the equation, and then we have made a correction surface by linear combination. Like we have made a ruled surface by combining these two surfaces. And so we can get the equation for R correction surface, RC. We put this correction surface back into the main equation for R, and we can get the equation for R. That's the Kuhn surface. So here we need beta naught, beta 1, alpha naught, alpha 1, beta naught, beta 1, and the 4 points, right? So in terms of matrix, we can, and the 4 points, because correction surface requires these 4 points. And U and V will change as per our instructions, like whatever range we have defined for U and V. So in terms of matrix, it can be defined like this. So here beta naught, beta 1, alpha naught, alpha 1, and 4 points are the inputs, and U and V goes in some range. And there is one more method, that is making using tensor product of curves. But this is generally not very much used because there is so much mathematics in tensor products. But the basics are similar to some blending. So there were blending functions applied on points earlier to get curves. So here we are applying blending functions on the curves. So this is a curve, this will generate a curve. We are applying blending function on the curve to generate a surface, very similar to that. But these blending functions and getting those blending functions mathematically is a very difficult task. So we generally skip that. So these were the 4 main points, 4 main ways how we can make a we can mathematically represent a surface. Okay, thank you.